Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Today we are joined by Tural, who is the Chief Product Officer / maker at Whelp AI. Welcome to the podcast, Tural. Maybe you can just start by telling us a little bit about some of the exciting AI stuff that you guys are working on there.
Thanks for the invite, Jordan. It's nice to be here, and thanks for the warm intro. I've been working on Whelp AI, cool AI stuff on Whelp side. Currently, what we do is working with enterprises to basically bring AI to solve their data issue, because a lot of companies, enterprises are drowning in data, and there needs to be some way of solving that, and AI seems to be the answer. That's what we're doing right now.
Okay. And so enterprise is quite broad. Do you serve a specific ICP better than another one, or is it just any enterprise with lots of data?
When we started off, we actually was thinking something else, like the data that is specifically tied to customer feedbacks, customer relations. But by the time it goes on, all these models are improving, and we see a lot of potential in different areas. We're still trying to stick to data coming from a customer side, try to analyze the overall feedbacks. For example, we're working with a company currently trying to fixing the gap between their stuff and their regulations. Like HR departments have getting a lot of questions currently about the company policies on vacations, yearly leaves. There should be a person answering all these redundant questions all the time. But what we're trying to do is building the AI to bridge the gap between these two areas that for years required manpower. And we're working on that currently. It's going on, and they're really excited about how it will solve all these issues with the access to the data. And there are a lot of other examples I can give, but this was one that I could mention.
Sure. Are you saying that most of the solutions that you guys come up with is like custom solution?
Yeah, custom solution. We have a RAG solutions as well. And the thing is, if you're trying to throw the AI model on your data, it's going to be a lot of cost for you just to run these things because of the amount of data that you have. That's why, first of all, you have to start with already sorting this data in a way that is LLM ready. LLM is not like burning all these tokens, trying to find at least like where the info is. So you have to prepare the data for the LLM so that it can consume and give you the exact answer. It requires a lot of customization, and it requires a lot of conversation between our team and their experts on the specific thing that they're trying to do. It's not like we use LLM, it sorts it out, and boom, we have a solution. It's like hybrid solution that we go and figure out what they have and trying to bring that to the AI, to the view, to solve all these problems.
That makes sense. And so focusing on AI then, Tural, what are some of the biggest trends that you're noticing in the market right now, specifically with AI?
One that I would quite like say is happening is a lot of AI wrappers getting in the market, just having clever prompts. And turns out it's not like you don't need to have like next big LLM. It needs like you need to have sort of like thousands of lines of prompts to make you better result with the LLM. So a lot of VCs are asking for a proprietary technology, that what you have, what you're building, guys, what is the difference, how you're different than this, how you're different than that. But turns out with the existing models, of course, the best models from these big guys like OpenAI, Anthropic, and others, you can already build cool stuff. It's only a matter of how you configure the prompts and how you engineer stuff in a way that it doesn't fall back to something that you don't want, or it doesn't hallucinate in a way that produces something, I would say, out of standard for you. It is basically figuring out clever prompts these days, and this is going up like crazy. Probably you've seen like a lot of YC companies that recently joined to YC like 6 months ago, and taking all this funds, and that's the beauty of it. Like having great prompts and building what is available, and you can build cool products.
For sure. Just as long as OpenAI doesn't go down or do something crazy with their API or triple the price, I guess. What do you think have been some of the biggest challenges that you guys have faced building some of these AI solutions at Whelp AI?
It's not on top of my head because like there are a lot of challenges, to be honest. I can pick one, but I can talk through some of the challenges that we had while developing this. The biggest one probably should have been the hallucinations that the AI models have. We try to use like the best of the best. We try to use free to use, like local available. And even 6 months ago, it was a different story. They would hallucinate crazy. But by the time passes, it is getting there. All these models improves because thanks to the Sam and other guys in the market, I'm talking about Sam Altman, of course. They're building this LLMs tirelessly and just improving this stuff so that end user, I would say, we're on the other end of it. We're selling what is available to the third parties. They're solving a lot of these hallucination issues, but that has been the biggest problem. Like we've shown Whelp AI's like first versions, basically MVPs, to some customers, and they've had issues with hallucinations. Back then, we were trying to solve this by using like some custom solutions, Elasticsearch, some like solutions that we came up with, and other than that, like a lot of the customization were needed. But by the time passes, it is getting better, and we have less difficulties with working LLMs. Other challenges would be emotional. And if you ask me, what do you mean by that? We were having this funny conversation back in the day with one of the guys that we were working with. We were trying to come up with a custom solution for one company that could maybe scale out. There's a guy who charges his company for this work. He's get like 4 or 5K. And if we build a solution, we can sell it to them 500. That would be cool. And I was like, yeah, that's great. We can actually do that. Then I thought, okay, because of this solution, that guy loses the job. It's the case. You can't really run away from this. I've lost, me personally, some of the roles because of AI, because I can do some graphic design stuff, although I'm a product designer. If the current designer, like if some company tries to hire someone with the skills, if the AI is already there to do this job, probably I'm going to lose that job opportunity. But that's a new world we live in. There's a lot of jobs that will be lost to AI. So you try to justify this because you're also the victim. You're trying to win.
I don't think that's going to slow down. We're going to slowly see more and more jobs get eaten. I heard somebody from OpenAI say that even if the AI does not improve, like we freeze it all right now, which is not the case, it's exponential. But even if we freeze it all right now, 80% of jobs are going to be lost in the next 3 years. Certainly an interesting prospect to think about.
Yeah.
Have you already acquired customers? Are you looking to acquire customers? Where are you at the journey? Because I understand it's relatively new.
Yeah, it is. It is relatively new. Basically, in our case, there's some of the stuff that is publicly I can talk about in terms of Whelp AI, and the things that I don't want to talk about because it's ongoing process. It's basically we were having different ideas when we started the actual Whelp AI. Trying to go the route that all this customer help or customer experience AI chatbot stuff, which was acquiring like all these B2C. You have to play the role of B2C, trying to acquire the people one by one. That road was requiring a lot of runway, basically, to go that route. You need to have a lot of funds to invest in, and it takes time because on B2C, every customer is like, basically you get that customer with the hard work. But time passed and we understood that we have some good connections that we already got the approval of and got the respect, and we can actually use those enterprise clients maybe to serve them. This route, it's going to take a while. Basically getting 5K clients by paying like 30 a month is going to get what, like 150K. Or in other words, like if you get like 10 enterprise clients for 1,500, it's going to be 15,000 for 10 customers. It's going to be the same amount. So, and at this time, like you have to use your what is available, and you have to use basically you have to turn your powers into progress and also the financials. And the trend we've seen, I would say, conversations internally, that we know a lot of people who are like in the right positions for them to be enterprise client, and they are looking for the solution. Why we don't sell them? There are other companies offering the same service, but in an enterprise, it's basically if you know the person that you get in the service from, you're more relied to get the service from that person because there's a trust. There's a trust built over the years.
Yeah.
So, and now we're going after this because, again, like it doesn't make sense if you don't have the runway enough to burn cash and get into B2C and get customers. We are an enterprise right now.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. If you go after thousands of people at such a low ticket, often what you'll find is that not only is it super difficult to do and it's difficult to find these people, but those customers will be a pain in the ass, right? Everyone experiences that. So finally, then wrapping up, if you could wave a magic wand over one big problem right now and you could solve it like that, what would you think that big problem would be?
It's basically all this recent AI improvements and all of these people who were left behind because of the AI. I've seen some people who lost the job and he got like 20 years experience and like he lives in New York and now he can't pay the rent because he doesn't have any other place to go. The guys from there. Everybody had the power to elevate everybody's skill levels to ethical levels of how to use AI. They're not left behind. I'm seeing people struggling. They don't know why this happened, but I see it firsthand because I'm in the business currently. And there's like why there's no jobs, right? There's lack of interest in design, in product and new projects. And I know the reason why. They're trying to just bump up their games in a wrong direction, I would say. They're still trying to make good designs in Figma. And that doesn't make sense. I wish I had the power to speak to everybody, at least from my field, that guys, this is not it. This is not like the thing that you should go after. Currently, what you should do is be wearing several hats. You should learn how front-end works at least, or how this vibe coding tools works, how you can actually come up with at least a product. It doesn't mean everybody will be a maker or a developer or something else. I mean, throwing it as an example, how you can build a UI kit which is ready, not like in Figma, but is actually ready to be used. Like this next new cool tool, which doesn't add any value to me. And yeah, this is something that I wish everybody would understand and start from today, work on this.
That's a great answer. I asked that a bunch of times, and that's the first time I've ever heard that. You need to learn AI. You need to focus on these things and not these things. Otherwise, you're going to be out of a job in the next couple of years. I think very good insight. So on that note, perfect place to wrap things up here, Tural. If people are listening and they want to check out what you guys are doing at Whelp AI, where can they go? And maybe how can they connect with you?
Yeah, I'm on social media all over the place. They can contact me on LinkedIn. I go by Tural UX, and our website is called Whelp AI, WHELP.ai. So you can visit to see recent progress, to learn more about our product. If you're interested, we can talk how we can collaborate. That was it, I guess.
I really appreciate the insight and the time today, Tural. And thank you guys very much for watching. And we will see you in the next podcast.
Thank you.